Wow. Look at those views. Wow. Those are the kind of views that make someone say, hey, not bad. Hey, not bad. Our pivot away from SCX worked like a charm, especially in the shorts algorithm, but I just remembered something. I don't want a bunch of stinky, stupid babies in my audience. I don't want an audience full of smelly little toddlers. No, I want big, buff, sticky, smelly men in my audience. Smelly in a good way, a way that makes me just a little bit confused. And what do men love? Football, beer. Footballs filled with beer? Beer filled with footballs? I'm starting to think I don't really know what men like. I think what I really need to do is consult a man. What would you say is something men like?
I don't know. I like spicy pretzels.
Thank you.
Wait, is that the whole interview?
Spicy pretzels! It was right in front of my big dumb face the whole time. Men love little snacks they can chew on while they're drinking beers at the bar while watching football, like spicy pretzels. Men love spicy pretzels. On the other hand, men do not love me. Quote, too feminine to be relatable, too masculine to be non-threatening. John Hamm, age 53. Now, full disclosure, I've also found that women and non-binary people, they don't like me either. Just kind of an asshole. Everyone, age 0 to infinity. But we don't gotta worry about everyone else. We just gotta worry about men for now. Because this video is for men, and I'm gonna have issues pandering to men if men don't like me. Oh, could I also borrow a sports jersey?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks. There we go, a racially insensitive sports jersey. That is sure to get men on my side. Yeah, I also need some like of that the eye black stuff. Hold on. There we go, now I'm ready to crush beers and fuck bitches. Now apparently players wear this underneath their eyes to reduce glare from stadium lights. I, on the other hand, am using it to attract men, or whatever I said before. Let's be honest, half the things I do are because I like playing dress up and pretend. I'm like if Dean Pelton from Community had a YouTube channel. Now this is a cooking channel. Kind of. And today our recipe is from @NoahCanBeatThisHeat on Instagram, and it's pretty simple. All you need is butter, bag of pretzels, hot sauce, ranch seasoning, garlic powder, spicy dry rub, and hot honey. Oh, this recipe has ranch seasoning. Oh God. Also, it was very difficult to actually get all of the seasoning in the jar. I would highly recommend just removing one pickle spear before you try putting the seasoning in the jar. Well, even though I hated touching it and I hated the smell before, at least our original purchase is getting some use again. Also, Benny T's dry hot sauce. Really, what is this, a fucking brand teal? Okay, I guess I'll Google Benny T's hot sauce to see where I can get it. Oh, that's odd. Apparently, Benny T's doesn't really give a shit about gluten-free people. Thankfully, I don't either, but I'm still not gonna buy this shit because it's too expensive and I'd have to pay shipping and all. I'm just gonna get a dry, spicy mix that looks similar. Also, he didn't specify what kind of hot sauce to use, so I am going to get a hot sauce that is hot. Oh, and I probably should have said this a few minutes ago, but hi, I'm Morgan Park. I am the host of Definitely a Real Chef, where we take recipes we find online and let you know whether they're good, bad, and how easy they are to make. First, we're gonna start by bringing a big pot up to medium-high heat and let our butter melt in there. I use 2 sticks of butter, but honestly, I think you would be fine with just 1. Next, you're gonna get a bowl of pretzels and dump them in there. Make sure to mix them up real well so your pretzels get nice and coated. Next, you'll add a half cup of your hot sauce of choice, then a 1/4 cup of hot honey. Then we'll add our seasonings, which we'll start with garlic salt / powder, ranch seasoning, then finally we'll go with our dry hot rub, and for all these seasonings, measure with your heart. Personally, both my hot sauce and hot honey were hotter than average, so I went a little heavier on ranch seasoning to help balance it out. Now spread them out on a baking sheet and bring your oven up to 300 degrees Fahrenheit and pop them in there for 30 minutes. Then once they're done baking, we are gonna let them cool off. Whenever there's a recipe that calls for you to get something really hot then make it cold, kinda pisses me off. Why'd I get it hot in the first place? Why did I oven in the cold food if I oven out hot the eat food? You know? Fuck, they're burnt. Butter, pretzels, mix, hot sauce, hot honey, garlic, ranch, hot rub, mix, sheet, bake, don't burn, and let them cool off. I'm thinking we're back. Despite our slight hiccup in the first batch being very, very burnt, now in my trash, the second batch has turned out great. I let them cool for 45 minutes in the refrigerator. You could probably do less time than that. You could probably just let them cool for like 30 minutes. Off the bat, just like scooping them into the bowl, What I did notice was that they're very stuck together. Yeah, I'm not finding many like single. Here's two together. Look at that. They look good. They don't smell as spicy as they did when they were cooking, which makes sense. Let's put it down the hatch. Let's see.
I'll take a double, triple grimace shake on the yacht. 4x4 Sigma style.
Bro, men are gonna love me for this one. This is fantastic. Here's the thing. Even though the second batch came out a lot better cooked, they aren't burnt to a crisp. Some of them are still a little bit overcooked. I had a real tough time spreading them evenly on the baking sheet before putting them in the oven. So in the future, if I were to make these again, I would put a little bit more love and care spreading them evenly on the pan. That way they cook a little bit more evenly, because some of them are done perfectly and they taste phenomenal. Some of them are a little bit overcooked. They have a little bit of that burnt taste to them, which isn't the greatest, obviously. That being said, man, this is the first 10 out of 10 on this channel. I highly recommend. If spicy pretzels sound like something that'd be a good deal, try making this at home. As far as easiness to make goes, I am going to have to give this 2 different scores, because I gotta score his recipe, right? I gotta score what he put on the internet. He was very vague in all of his instructions. His ingredients list was and his timing on the baking in the oven was way too long, which caused it to burn. I had to take 10 minutes off of his original baking time to get them to a good spot. So for his easiness to make, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Actually, no, I'm gonna go a 6.5 out of 10, just because that time was way too long in the oven. And he wasn't very specific on how much of his ingredients he put in, especially with the butter, the hot sauce, and the honey. He really wasn't specific at all, which I didn't like. So 6.5 out of 10 for easiness to make. But if you follow my video, if you follow what I did, an 8.5 out of 10. Everything on the stovetop was like very easy, but letting them bake, obviously getting the timing right and making sure they all cook evenly was a little bit difficult. And it's just kind of annoying to have to let things cool when it's on a pan that big, and you want them to cool evenly just like you want them to cook evenly. So finding the space to either cool them in your fridge or just like leave them out on the counter is so 8.5 out of 10 for easiness to make. Sorry I've been so inactive on YouTube the past like month and a half, 2 months. I have been very busy making sketch comedy with my friends at Kent State University. Here are some videos, thumbnails of videos that I have written. And here are some more thumbnails of videos that I didn't write, but I acted in at some point. Links in the description for a playlist if you want to go check those videos out. I'd love it if you give us, some love on those videos. So thank you so much. I will be making more food soon. I already started working on the script for the next Definitely Real Chef video. Unfortunately, if you're here for the Morgan Park show, I want to give a huge thanks to my Patreons: Maddie Dark Eater, Dakota, Nolan, Minecraft Stever, Clover, Monty, Zachary Braun, Starfly, and Abby Boyd. All of you are the Morgan Park truthers. You have stuck around even though I haven't done fucking shit in like the last month and a half. But we're back. You get to hear me read your beautiful names out loud. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe. We'll be back more with Definitely a Real Chef, as well as the Morgan Park show. I swear it's gonna make its return soon, so just stay tuned. I'll be uploading more shit on Patreon soon as well. So thanks.